This is the Mosh Pit Backstage podcast for punk, metal, and rock interviews and segments.
This is Rhys. This is Jon from Escarion.
And this is the other Jon.
And you listen to Mosh Pit on Sin.
Hey, this is Stefan and Alan from the Mosh Pit on Sin, and we got another interview with Escarion, the three-piece death metal band from Melbourne. They have recently released their debut EP, Pinnacle of Neglect. Welcome to the Mosh Pit, guys.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
Alright, let's go around the table. Please introduce yourselves and what you do in the band.
So I'm Rhys, I play bass and do backing vocals.
Hey, I'm Jon. I play guitar and do vocals.
I'm other Jon, and I like to party. And play the drums.
Okay, so tell us about how you formed as a band, having been in previous bands before.
Alright, we used to be in a band called Vintage Ruin. We used to be thrash metal.
And that's our intro song.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, so the intro to Mosh Pit is from our old band.
Yes.
And then we had some lineup changes and some personal issues that we had to get through. We formed Escarion, so we went for a heavier sound, and yeah.
What's an Escarion?
It's just a made-up word.
Ooh.
You made it up?
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
What drew you guys to death metal?
I mean, Jon got me into the band called Death, and then from there I started listening to another black and death metal band called Dissection, and then Behemoth. But Death has been our main influence, and we just wanted to have a different sound, more progressive, play, more complex music, that sort of stuff. Plus, with the Vintage Ruin, we got rid of our singer, and we couldn't find another singer. And at that point, I wanted to try out screaming, just so we can stop that massive search for another singer. It literally took a year to try to find a singer, and just stuff it, I'll just start screaming. And that's how it kind of started.
How did you learn how to scream?
A lot of trial and error, but I go to vocal lessons now. But before then, I was screaming improperly and actually hurt my voice. And then that's when I started looking for a singing teacher, and from there, I started learning the basics.
Excellent. Well, Pinnacle of Neglect, your debut EP, is out. So how's it feel? It's been a long time coming, right?
Yeah, we started recording in February, and we started writing it around June last year.
You finally got this body of work after about a year. So who actually writes the songs? It's pretty collaborative though, isn't it?
So I wrote 4 of the songs.
Johnny pretty much writes guitar. Does pretty fucking spot on. Can I swear?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does pretty fucking spot on with that. We go from there. I do the drums as the drummer. Rhys, he's pretty good at bass, so he
Rhys, do you want to talk about Kingdoms?
Yeah, I wrote the, I didn't write the whole thing. I sort of presented it to the group, and Johnny just said it needed the chorus and an extra, set of lyrics, basically.
Pretty much no.
No?
No, I'm kidding.
But the big question is, who taught Johnny guitar?
I don't want to brag. But I am the ultimate guitarist. Johnny is my young Padawan.
It's kind of like how Ringo Starr isn't the best drummer in the Beatles. I'm not the best guitarist in the band. Obviously, Jon is.
Yeah, man.
I guess you don't want to spend another year looking for a drummer, so I guess... Is that why you're on drums, Jon?
Well, that's why we're still in the process of trying to look for another rhythm guitarist. So if you can play guitar pretty good and you like death metal, hit us up.
Yeah?
We're Escarion at Escarion Facebook, rhythm guitar.
Great plug, Jon.
Yeah.
How do you spell Escarion?
That's a good question.
E-S.
How do you spell?
E-S.
Is the real question.
E-S.
I mean, what is spelling?
E-S.
When you think about it.
We spell Escarion E-S-C-A.
Enough from you, mate.
Oh, come on!
Talking way too much.
Talking anymore.
Don't be like that.
This is why you shouldn't have given me a microphone.
That's why you're the drummer.
That's why I'm at the back.
That's why Rhys is the bass player. He always gets cut off.
Well, so you haven't found a rhythm guitarist? What are you looking for? Just someone who can competently play riffs?
Oh, we're still going with
You
this
know
plug
what?
thing. Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
I
let's
actually
continue with the
play
plug.
guitar, so
Alright. Tryouts. Let's go get your guitar.
I only play acoustic. I mean, I have an electric,
I'm
but
sorry, but we're gonna have to decline.
I can play
Your
Hurt
offer.
by Johnny. I can play Lithium by
Okay.
Nirvana.
Oh,
Is that good enough, Johnny?
I was, yeah,
Sorry.
you had me for a moment at Hurt by Johnny Cash, but you lost me at Lithium by Nirvana.
It's a sick ass song. I love that song. All right, I have a
apologise.
question. Is there a story behind how the songs on your EP came to be?
So when the previous band broke up, a few of us lost a few good friends. It was just the process of getting over that and trying to deal with those sort of emotions. And that's what especially The Servant is about. And also Pinnacle of Neglect, period of 2016, I was really sick every day and I was going to doctors and I didn't know what was wrong with me. And like I was pretty much in pain every day. And a lot of that song is about sickness and feeling like just hopelessness. And also mixed with the stuff that happened with the friends and all that sort of stuff.
Do you have any more plans to write and record like more new music?
Oh yeah, of course. We've got we're planning to do another album, a full-length album, and it's going to be actually a concept album.
What?
Band meeting starts now, right?
Okay, so let's talk about this.
Remember the
Concept?
yeah concept album?
I thought you said a concert album.
It's gonna be a live album.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Okay.
no,
Can we have a concept album or a concert album? Can we do a concert
second one.
about the concept?
That would be fun. Planning on doing a concept album where we're going to do the 7 deadly sins, and each song is going to be named after a specific sin. And so that would be, I don't know. We just thought it would be a cool idea to have the lyric subject about each sin.
So have you started like writing lyrics or putting riffs and all that stuff together?
Yeah, we've started writing some songs, and actually tomorrow is our band practice, and we're putting together our first song for that album.
Sick.
Is the style you think going to be, I guess, kind of more of what's on Pinnacle of Neglect right now, or maybe the songs will be longer, more complicated, that sort of stuff? Or do you think it'll just be like a natural progression? See what happens.
It's going to be like a natural progression. We want it to flow where we want to flow it. It could be more fun, it could be more slow, it could be longer, it could be shorter. It doesn't matter. Like, it's got to go where it's got to go.
Everything is about progress, and we're just trying to accommodate to, a different stage of our life. Like, obviously, like when you write an album, it like sums up where you are at in that point of your life. And obviously Pinnacle of Neglect was, as the title says, like a really neglected time of our lives. And this next one, it'll be representative of how we feel in this point in our lives, I guess.
By the way, with that, I've always wanted to ask this kind of question, but like, how you guys, when you guys did your live shows, which both me and Elle were at, how did you kind of play without a rhythm guitarist? Like, how are you able to play the songs in the way that you wanted to without a second guitar?
Well, in response to that, we're just pretty good, I guess.
That's a fair answer.
Well, I think just someone says go. Someone says go. We just hope for the best.
Well, also, Rhys, just very recently, he got a overdrive pedal for his bass guitar.
Best guitar.
Bass guitar, yes.
Bass tamp. Bass guitar.
Yeah, and that just with the overdrive, it kind of sounds like a second guitar, but it's like really meaty and distorted. So it kind of feels in that space at the moment. But we are looking for another guitarist to fill in that empty space.
Facebook us.
Find us.
If you play guitar.
Find us.
Do it.
Find us.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Now. Do it. Schnell.
Do you ever set goals for yourself when you're performing live?
Yes. Yes, we do.
That big silence wasn't seeming hopeful.
We've had a few mishaps playing live, especially with the old thrash metal band. Jon used to throw his drumsticks all the time.
Yeah, could you tell us about that funny story that you told us the other night about throwing the drumstick and hitting Rhys on the head?
Is that me that told it?
Yeah. Or maybe it was Rhys.
I think it was
don't
Rhys
know.
that told that
Rhys.
story.
Oh,
It was
okay.
Rhys.
So basically, back in the vintage ruin days, the thrash metal days, when I was singing, I'm singing this really fast song, and it's roughly about the chorus, and then I feel this large thump against my head, and over the top of my head, I see a drumstick. I'm like, oh, I ought to turn around. This ought to be good. And I look around, and I just see Jon just laughing his head off, just like, sorry. Oh.
Is this mid-song?
This is mid-song. It was pretty good. I'm like, and I just have to think, just keep going. It's really good.
I've also hit Rhys in the head with my guitar hit. Yeah.
So just with
turned
the
around.
random swipes, just going, and then bang, and then I've also got you once. Last gig of Vintage Ruin, I got you bang.
Yeah, Rhys got me in the head with his bass amp, so
No
it
more
was
vintage
revenge.
ruin plugs.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard when you lost your drums, when you lost your drumstick, did you like have like a couple of sticks like at the back, just in your shirt and just go and just keep
I
going?
wish
Or
I
was it
was
like
that
a Def
prepared.
Leppard, like one arm sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty much a one arm, like huddled over while, like, I don't know, what was I doing? Fumbling on the ground trying to find another pair of sticks. So yeah, it was fun.
Awesome. So when's the Escarion tour?
Tomorrow.
No, there's no tour
there's
planned.
no tour planned, unfortunately.
But could you plug your gig for us?
Oh yeah, the Tote.
Oh, so yeah, we've got a
Oh yeah, that gig.
Yeah, we have a gig.
we have a gig on the 23rd of November, and it's at the Tote. It's a Thursday night, uni night. So make sure you come down. We're playing with religious observance and rituals. I think it's rituals' first gig.
And that's upstairs at the Tote.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sick.
Can you guys tell us about the artwork and the artist who did the artwork? Because it's pretty It's pretty cool.
Captain
I-
Poland.
The artist is from Poland, and I've actually found him on Instagram, and his full-time job is just doing artwork for bands and logos and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I found him on Instagram, and I messaged him like, hey, do you mind doing our artwork? And it was really cool. He was very professional, very fast. He designed and gave us a finished product within 2 weeks, and it's all hand-drawn as well. And then he digitalized it.
And what's the concept of the the art itself?
So it's like corruption, and as you can see in the artwork, there's a lot of like skeletal figures, and they're like pretty much brainwashed, deprived people that have been, corrupted by media and other large corporations. And the evil figure holding the book is obviously representative of those corruptions.
So does the evil figure have a name? And is he going to be like the Escarion mascot, like Eddie or something like that?
Prob's not.
No, I
because
don't
he's
think so.
like a plague doctor dude.
It would be like
He's-
Snoke.
His name's Philip.
Philip the plague doctor.
Yep, Philip the Plague Doctor.
Philip
Except he's Philip. Philip.
Yeah,
It's
don't
pronounced Philip.
Yeah, when I want to get my Escarion tattoo with the figure, man, it's gonna be
Don't
awesome.
do that, Stefan. Don't be crazy.
You guys
This
should
is your
design a
body you're
band
talking
logo.
about.
A band logo.
We do have a band logo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's the fancy writing, Helen, that says Escarion.
Never mind. No, but I mean, like, Nirvana has, like, the smiley face.
Oh, like that, but well,
We've actually talked about this. We're looking at it, possibly the same artist from Poland, or another artist messaged us a few days ago wanting to do a logo that will be suitable for band T-shirts and, maybe even a banner on stage.
A banana.
Yeah, so
we could appreciate a
Gonna
banana on
design
stage.
it.
It's really
Type
energetic.
of
to have.
banana. Grown up in Queensland.
So have like random people
Get your
online.
potassium today.
Yes, have random people online like approached you. I mean, go on your social medias and saying, "Hey, I heard the album," all that kind of stuff. I mean, heard the EP since it's been out for a few weeks.
it's more private message. Yeah, I've received a few emails and a few private messages of people enjoying the EP and even people wanting hard copies that we're sending them out.
Where are these guys from? Just from around the world, or?
Actually, I checked Spotify yesterday. I signed up my private account and the band account, and it actually says that people have been listening to it in Europe, which is pretty cool. I did not expect that. So, yeah, I thought most people that'd be listening
Turns
to
out
it.
Europeans like metal. Whoa!
I didn't even know we've been
I
listening
didn't
to in
know that
European.
they had metal over there.
Our podcast reaches like every continent as well. So I guess that
Didn't we have a guy from Brazil who like downloaded all of our podcasts? This
Yeah.
one guy from
Damn,
Brazil.
that's sick.
And Mosh Pit is the #1 downloaded podcast on Sin.
well, I think it's in the top. I don't know if it's the top one.
It's
Top
number
three.
1, okay, guys?
We're number one.
We believe you. It's
I don't
okay.
care what.
I legit want to know
talking
if that's the
about
case
somebody.
because, yeah, it's gone to other. Yeah, when we put this podcast up.
That's what I was told.
Yeah, well, you guys. Speaking of which, so we did a world premiere of your song Kingdoms a few weeks back. So would you say Kingdoms is your favourite song?
Oh, well, no. Actually, I think I like all the songs equally because they're all our babies in a way.
It's a collective piece, isn't it, Rhys? It's a
collective piece. We all wrote it together. John wrote all the drums, John wrote all the guitars, and
I do a lot for this band, alright?
and I wrote
one's
bass
got-
parts and lyrics, and John wrote lyrics and vocal parts. So we all had a little stake in every song. So we all have a piece that we love of each song. So we can't really say that only one.
Does John and John agree? Do you guys have a favourite song each?
I love how I was pulling the mic and you moved
Yeah,
with
too bad.
I was going to say something and then you like moved along with the mic.
I'll probably...
No, don't leave me.
Yeah, I have issues with that.
Probably my favorite song to play live is The Servant. It's the last song, and it's like by that point we're all just like really energetic, and I also like it because I do two types of screams. I growl and I do a scream called the fry scream, and
Fry
I
scream.
have heard of that. Do you know...
I haven't heard because it's-
Do you know Drown the City, the band?
no, I never heard of them.
They're hardcore. They're like
Sorry, dudes.
electronic metal hardcore. And I interviewed the lead singer and I asked her about her screaming because she just screams. She's like, oh, it's some sort of fry thing.
Yeah, so there's different types of screams, and I do two in this band, mainly. And also, I've only been screaming for 1 year, because I started learning June last year. So, I started off with growls, so I guess I'm more strong in the growls, and the song The Servant is all just growled. And especially for the last song, I know that I can just go absolutely all out, and I don't have to worry about singing another song afterwards and having my voice be alright for that song. So I go all out in the last song, and that's probably my favourite song to play live. But on the actual record, I don't like... Every song is my favourite.
Do you like The Servant the best, John?
No.
No. Or is it Kingdoms?
What's your favourite song on the EP, John? I just had to get my voice
Mm.
in. Whoa.
Probably Murder Messiah. Yeah, I like Murder Messiah. It's just good, fast shit. I don't know.
With Murder Messiah, we went to record it, and John turned around and he was like, alright, we've got to scrap everything and start again because it's not fast enough. And we did. We scrapped everything and we started the song again so it can be faster.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And you open it. That's the opening song on that album.
Yes,
yeah.
it is,
So yeah, it was a good call, man. Good call.
So I was wondering, what's your favourite place to play live?
We've only played as Escarion 3 gigs. So
We've played twice at the Central Club Hotel in Richmond, and we played at Singing Bird Studios
In Frankston.
For Pranga. So
Previously, we've had some good... I don't know, we had some good times at Boogeyman Bar.
Yeah,
even though
Boogeyman.
it wasn't as Escarion, but it was good times at Boogeyman. Mr. Boogeyman Bar. Shout out to them.
whole lot of love. That was also good.
That was a good place.
Yeah.
yeah, probably our favourite is Central Club at the moment.
It's a good stage. It's a nice big stage you can walk around, even though I didn't walk around the last gig.
You had really nice socks on though. The ones, that said "eat shit."
Oh, they were some good socks.
I
Don't
really
care
like
about the
them.
music, only
You
care about the songs.
really
I was
wanted,
like just looking at the socks.
yeah,
Nah.
you really wanted to show them off, so he pulled them up over his pants.
Yeah.
To be honest, at the last gig, I was a complete dag. I had my t-shirt tucked in, had the belts all the way up, and had the socks all the way up too. So I was really just like
You just fucking rolled with it.
I
It was
rolled
like,
with it.
you know what,
I
that's-
didn't care. I just was like, I'll see how it goes. Maybe I can just try it out. But it was really comfortable. I'll do it again. It was really comfortable.
I have my jocks on the outside next time, just like wearing.
Hey, you were the one that was proposing to do what was it? The tights,
Man, those
the sparkly tights.
yeah, man.
Sparkly
For context,
Everyone loves a hairy bearded man in sparkly tights, don't you guys?
But
fucking lie.
you owned it though, like
I fucking rocked those
yeah.
tights.
but you didn't wear them for the gig.
No, who's gonna fucking wear? I don't know who the fuck wears tights on a stage with lights and shit, man. That's
Freddie Mercury.
Kiss,
Freddie Mercury,
White Snake,
Def
Yeah,
Leppard.
but I don't know them personally.
Motley Crue.
I know a lot of people personally. Those people are not people I personally know.
Poison.
So
Shut up.
in
I get it.
I think it's the song "Obscurity." Correct me if I'm wrong. The one that has the recording of some stupid American guy. Can you tell us about that one?
Oh, yeah, that's hilarious. So, actually, no, this...
Well, it's
The background story
The
isn't-
background of it is not hilarious. Let's just get that straight. The guy, the recording itself, is funny. As in,
The background was there was the massacre in Paris at the Eagles of Death Metal show.
not
And-
cool.
Not cool at all. And
No.
what happened is a American priest. That same weekend, he did a live service, church service, and he made a massive rant about everyone who died deserved to die because they were listening to death metal. So that's pretty harsh.
Hence, where we've got the caption of, well, if you're at a death metal concert, maybe you should expect to be killed. You know, you're at the Eagles of Death Metal. It's in the name, but it's not in the music. It's not their style. And death has, I don't know, not that much to do with our death metal, I guess, or a majority of death metal I've listened to.
Yeah, exactly. It's like...
Well, it's obviously a component, but it is not smiled upon. It is frowned upon. There we go. It's still not. It's not a happy thing. Everyone's like, yeah, I'm stopping now.
I mean, death metal's just a name. It's like people that watch horror movies, because they go see horror movies, do they expect to get killed at the horror movie? It's like, if you listen to death metal, are you going to be a murderer?
No.
It's not like that. So,
If you come out of a Bieber concert, I expect you to be a sociopath. But
And Eagles of Death Metal.
shout out to Bieber fans. Fuck you.
Believe.
And of course, Eagles of Death Metal, as many of you guys know, is like a rock and roll band.
Yeah, it's not even death metal.
Yeah,
No, that's what I mean. That's why
That's the
I
funny
thought
thing.
it was just.
Yeah.
It was funny to put that in there because the guy's he's just that uneducated. He's talking shit, and unfortunately, has a lot of people that believe what he says. You know, they follow this dude.
and it's kind of like calling him out, but in a funny sort of way. It's just putting it in the middle of a song, so randomly.
Well, we're actually putting it in the middle of some death metal, so
Proper death metal.
there's that.
Can I just mention something about the Bataclan? If you listen to Kingdoms, there's a little bass doodle in the middle. When I woke up one morning and I was at the house we were practicing at with Vintage Ruin, and I heard about the Bataclan massacre, and I was just so like, oh, this is so shit. And then I was just like, write something. And then I wrote something, and John heard it, and he was like, dude, that's really cool.
Recorded it on video straight away.
Yeah, and thank God we did, because we put it in Kingdoms. And it was like, Bataclan, man, that's so shit, because, you don't expect to be killed at a concert, of all places.
Where can people find you on social media, and where can people buy your recently released EP?
They can
All right, we're on Facebook.
find us through Googling our name.
Alright, we're on Facebook, Instagram.
Excellent.
You can buy us on iTunes,
Excellent.
Google Play, Bandcamp, and you can stream us on Apple Music and Spotify.
Sick.
Can you guys recommend any cool bands you've been listening to lately? Can be old or new, can be Australian, international. Just give a shout out to those.
Alright, so our biggest influence is the band called Death, and death metal was pretty much named after this band. So, Death, obviously, Behemoth, Dissection, Arch Enemy, Amon Amarth.
Kind of weird because you got right now. Johnny has did have three microphones talking. It does.
Yeah, it's a press conference, right?
So
I feel
it
famous
might
now.
sound a bit weird.
I'm just
How does it feel to be famous right now? Like king for a day, but it's like famous for like
Number
5
3.
minutes. No, you're 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
15 minutes or 15 seconds of fame.
Rhys, why don't you say which...
What was the question?
Just shout out to bands that you've been listening to lately. Old, new, local, international.
Okay. Our number one biggest influence is Death, by far. And I do listen to Death every day.
Also Black Dahlia Murder.
And Black Dahlia Murder.
I like more. I've been listening to a lot of Mors Principium Est at the moment. They're a weird, like Swedish, Finnish, Swedish.
Somewhere around there.
Scandinavia, cover all bases.
Finnish. Yeah, they're cool. Black Dahlia Murder, Death,
Behemoth.
Old school Judas Priest, Iron Maiden,
Slayer.
no Metallica. Get that shit out of there. That's gonna get me a lot of hate.
I don't really like Metallica either, so...
Fuck yeah, fist bump that shit.
I know that Stefan's a big Metallica fan, though.
Yeah, but
Of course.
doesn't matter. We're not here for Stefan. It's all about us.
That's true.
And you.
Also,
Also true.
Not you, mate.
we listen to a little bit of black metal sort of stuff. So like Mayhem, Dark Throne. I know John listens to Kalmar.
Kalmar is awesome. Kalmar.
And also the black metal song with the banjo in it. That's amazing.
Take.
Yeah, Take.
Taco.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Taco.
It's just Taake.
Taco.
Take.
So, no, actually the song is called Mir by Tarke.
MYR. Check that shit out. Banjo, death metal. Good times. Yeah.
Escarion's EP, Pinnacle of Neglect, is out now. Thank you, Johnny, Jon, and Rhys for being here on the Mosh Pit on Sin.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right, any parting words to your new fans?
Stay in school.
Don't
Keep
do
listening
drugs.
to death metal. And hail Satan. No, hail Saturn. Sorry.
White satin.
Yeah.
White satin on bed
Rings
sheets.
of Saturn, the band.
Yes.
Rings of Saturn.
No.
Nights
No.
in white satin.
I mean, hold up. I gotta Google this.
Oh my god.
Shout out to Google.
Shout out to Moody
Everyday-
Blues and Nights in
everyday
White
life.
Satin.
You have helped me more than I have helped myself. Thank you, Google.
Without Google, I would be lost.
It's
who's the
true.
CEO? Who's the
When
CEO
I
of
don't know
Google?
how to- Satin is a weave that typically has a glossy surface and a dull back. Hail Satin.
Do you mean like the material?
The satin weave
Yes.
is characterized by 4 or more fill or weft yarns floating over a warp yarn or vice versa.
Are you
4
pronouncing
warp
this
yarns.
correctly?
4 warp yarns floating over a single weft yarn. Yes, I can
Are
pronounce
you even
real
talking
good.
English?
Okay, let me go back to the start. Satin is a weave that typically has a glossy surface and a dull back. The satin.
I don't even know how we got to this point. Hey, Rhys, do you have any
Hail
parting
Saturn.
words
End
for our
the
listeners?
interview now. End it now.
What do you got to say, Jon, to end the interview?
Thanks for everyone who's listened to it so far, and if you haven't listened to it, Pinnacle of Neglect, iTunes, Spotify.
Check it out. All right, cool. That's
Or
the
don't.
end.
Thanks,
But we'd like it
guys.
if you did.
Please
Thanks.
do.
Thanks for listening to the Mosh Pit Backstage podcast. You can subscribe to us on iTunes and Omni. To find out more about the show, go to www.syn.org.au/moshpit. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/moshpitonsin and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at moshpitsin. The regular Mosh Pit radio show broadcasts punk, rock and metal tunes and interviews every Thursday nights on Sin 9.7 on FM and digital radios. Listeners outside of Melbourne, Australia can stream Sin 9.7 online at www.syn.org.au. Thanks to Vintage Ruin for the music.
Hi, this is Tomato from Flash Gun Apocalypse.
Hi, I'm Enid from Girls School.
I am Phoebe Pinnock from Heavenly Axe.
Hey, this is Gary Olney of the Misfits.
Hey, this is Kat Sproul from Horizon's Edge, and you're listening to The Mosh Pit on Sin FM.
Hi, this is Einar from Leopard.
Hi, I'm Virginia Lilly from the band Lily.
This is Raul from 1349.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ali from Zebrahead.
Hey, everybody, this is Charlie Benante with Anthrax, and you are listening to The Mosh Pit on Sin.